Christmas is supposed to be the most wonderful time of the year, right? But for a lot of autistic people, it's actually one of the most stressful. The lights, the noise, the constant change in routine, and let's not forget the social expectations. It can all feel completely overwhelming. And yet, because everyone else seems to love it, we often end up masking our discomfort just to fit in. And by the end of the season, we're left wondering, is there something wrong with me for not enjoying this like everyone else? Well, the answer's no. There's nothing wrong with you. The holidays are just built differently for autistic brains. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If I could please ask you to like, subscribe, and tap that notification bell. It really helps the channel and our community grow. Today I want to talk about something that doesn't get said enough. Well, I don't think anyway. And it's why Christmas, birthdays, and big celebrations can be so hard for autistic people, and how we can make them a little easier, more comfortable, and more authentic to who we are. The pressure to enjoy it all. There's this unspoken rule that you're supposed to love Christmas. The parties, the family gatherings, the decorations, the chaos. Every commercial and movie tells us that the holidays are meant to be magical, social, and full of joy. But for autistic people, that pressure to be festive can be incredibly heavy. It's not that we don't want to connect, we do. But being expected to match everyone else's energy, noise level, and enthusiasm can feel like wearing an uncomfortable mask for days on end. And it's not just Christmas. Birthdays can be the same. People often mean well, but when they surprise us with parties or expect big reactions to gifts, it can actually feel stressful instead of joyful. A lot of us would honestly rather have a quiet, usual day. Maybe one or two people we feel safe with, a simple meal, and just time to be. But we feel like we should want the fanfare, and that disconnect can lead to guilt, anxiety, or even burnout. We end up asking ourselves, why can't I just enjoy this like everyone else? When the truth is, you can enjoy it, just differently. The food struggles. When my kids were little, one of the biggest stresses around the holidays wasn't the presents or the noise, it was the food. They'd start worrying a week in advance. What if I don't like what's on the table? What if someone tries to make me eat something weird? And for them, something weird was just something like turkey or ham. And honestly, I completely understood, because food's always been a big sensory thing for me too. Christmas, birthdays, and other celebrations revolve around meals, but for many autistic people, the food is unfamiliar. The textures, smells, or spices can feel overwhelming. And when people keep saying, "Oh, just try it, it's Christmas," it adds even more pressure. It's not about being picky or ungrateful. For many of us, it's about predictability and sensory comfort. Having familiar food, even something simple like nuggets, plain pasta, or a favourite snack, can make the whole day easier. And that's okay. There's no rule that says you have to eat turkey or pudding to be part of the celebration. You can still enjoy the company, the music, or the atmosphere with food that feels safe for you. Celebrating differently. As autistic people, we often celebrate differently, and that's perfectly okay. For example, I'm not big on parties, and my perfect birthday is going thrift shopping, having a rest in the afternoon, and maybe McDonald's nuggets for dinner. That's just my kind of day. Simple, familiar, and peaceful. And I know a lot of autistic people feel the same. We don't need the big special plans or loud get-togethers to feel happy. Sometimes joy is found in routine. It's found in comfort, quiet, or doing something that genuinely feels like us. But the world often tells us that celebrations have to be loud and crowded to be meaningful. So when we prefer something small and calm, it can feel like we're not celebrating properly. In reality, we're just celebrating authentically, and that's something to be proud of. The social load and holiday expectations. The holiday season usually means more time with family and friends, and a lot more social interaction. Meals, events, visiting relatives, work functions, kids' concerts, it's a lot. Even when these things are positive, they take energy. Autistic people often have to use a huge amount of social, conversational, and emotional regulation skills just to keep up. And that constant effort can leave us completely drained. By the end of a day filled with noise, people talking over each other, and constant small talk, we might feel like our brain has to shut down. So here are a few ways that you can help make it a bit easier. Communicate your needs. Before an event, talk to family and friends about what helps you feel comfortable. Maybe that's bringing your own food, taking breaks, or having a quiet space to step away when you're overstimulated. It's not about being demanding, it's about being realistic. Be selective with activities. You don't have to attend every single gathering or event. It's okay to skip the loud or crowded ones and choose the moments that actually feel manageable. Quality of connection matters more than quantity of appearances. Set clear expectations. Let people know your routine and that you prefer to avoid surprise visits or last-minute changes. Predictability helps us feel calm and grounded, especially when everything else is already in flux. Prepare for social situations. If something new is coming up, like visiting relatives you don't often see or attending a new place of worship, take some time to talk through what to expect. For kids, social stories can be great. For adults, even mentally walking through how you'll navigate certain moments can make a huge difference. These small proactive steps can reduce stress so much and help you actually enjoy the holidays and birthdays, instead of just surviving them. Rethinking the perfect holiday. Now there's this huge pressure around the holidays to make everything look perfect. The decorations, the table settings, the matching outfits, which we've actually never done around here. But here's the truth, perfection doesn't equal joy. You don't have to give up cherished traditions to make things more autism friendly. You just have to make space for everyone's needs, and that includes your own. Maybe that means dimmer lights instead of flashing ones. Maybe it's having a quiet gift exchange instead of a big noisy one. Or maybe it's starting a new tradition, like watching a movie together or going for a peaceful walk. Small, thoughtful adjustments can make a huge difference. When we manage expectations and prepare with care, we create celebrations that are actually enjoyable, not just performative. So as Christmas and birthdays get closer, remember, it's okay to celebrate differently. It's okay to choose calm over chaos and comfort over convention. You're not doing it wrong just because your version of joy looks different. What matters most is that you feel safe, accepted, and at ease. That's what makes the day special, not how it looks on the outside, but how it feels on the inside. Thank you so much for watching. If this resonated, please give the video a like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need to hear it. Let's make space for autistic joy in whatever form that takes. I'll see you in the next one.